Welcome to the West Highland Way in winter.
It'll turn into...
What is it, -9?
Is it on? We found our spot for the night.
Brave freeze!
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the West Highland Way winter edition.
West Highland Way?
The West Highland Way is just under 100 miles from Milngavie, which is on the edge of Glasgow, all the way to Fort William. We've just left the town of Milngavie and started the route. Dad's here, already getting a pace on. Luckily, well not luckily actually, there's a storm around the UK which doesn't seem to be affecting us at the moment. So if any day is going to be really bad, it will be today. But the rest of it doesn't look too bad weather-wise. A bit cooler, gets down to into the minuses. We've got all the winter gear that we should need. Bags weigh a ton. But it's going to be a good adventure, isn't it, Dad? You ready for it?
We're going forward, mate. It's got to be done, hasn't it?
It's got to be done.
Last night the weather was horrific, but today, hopefully it stays like this.
We'll be up into the Highlands and we are hoping actually, to get some good winter conditions to make it a bit of a challenge, but nothing too drastic. So this is my first time doing a winter long distance hike. The last big hike I did was the Pembrokeshire Coast Path, which I actually made a video on if you want to watch that. But I had the same bag, the Rab Muon 50 litre, but it weighed about 10 kilos for the Pembrokeshire Coast Path. And now I think it's more like 18. All the winter gear just weighs so much more. I've got pull-over spikes and things, so I feel the weight, but just hoping that taking it steady to start off with, we'll get into it. And what do you reckon your bag weighs, Dad?
About half yours.
Oh. Well, you can have some of this still. Throughout these videos I'll try and talk about most of the kit that I'm using and let you know whether it was worth bringing, what's doing well, what's not. Dad's bag probably weighs a couple of kilos less than mine because he's got the Durston X-Mid solid tent, which is a 3-season tent, but it will go down into the winter because of the solid inner. And I've got my Hilleberg tent, which weighs, this is 1 kilo and mine is about 2.7, so I reckon I've got the heavier bag. Skipping along, look, skipping. First sign of snow up on the hills there. Hey, 4 miles in, 92 to go. Haste your back. Looking forward to getting out into the snow. The wind's picking up, the storm's not as bad as they made out yet, but the wind is picking up, it's a bit chilly. Hello? Oh, what's in there? Oh look, you can write notes. Tag us in your photos, West Highland Way Fairy House. Yeah. For navigating this hike, the West Highland Way is pretty well signposted and a fairly reasonable track most of the way, but I have downloaded the route on to my Garmin, so I've got the full route on there. Downloaded the route onto my phone and onto my dad's phone. We've got a compass and we have got a little guidebook map as well, so there's if everything fails we've still got map and compass, but only mainly for when we get into the sort of wintry conditions up over towards Glencoe and stuff. It's quite easy to lose the path if there's a lot of snow, but yeah, where's my dad gone? Navigation, it's the Garmin Phoenix 8 I'm using, which is a lot of money, but I'm hoping, I'll let you know, but I'm hoping even in GPS mode it should last me the whole trip without charging it. They reckon up to about 84 hours in GPS mode. Yeah. go. You've walked about 7 miles. So we've just done 7 miles and it's only taken about 2.5 hours. The weather is nowhere near what we were expecting. It's given out like amber weather warnings, red in some part of the country, and I was expecting to be hoods up, high winds, like pushing through, but it's not bad at all. So, you know, nice seat, look, get your feet wet. Oh, there we go. During winter, a lot of the pubs and hotels and shops and stuff are all shut along the West Highland Way, but 7 miles in, there's one that's open. So we're just going to make the most of them whilst they are open. But I know for a fact along Loch Lomond we've got absolutely nothing for a few days, so we're carrying a lot of food with us. Well, let's see what they've got in here. Get a nice coffee. Muddy boots, welcome. Not too bad. Oh look, nice ice cream. So this is all the stuff that we've got. Look at that. Cheers. Oh, we just spotted our accommodation for tonight. There's Dad's. There's mine, look nice. Enjoy, Sky TV in there. I've got to be honest, the Scottish miles, I wouldn't trust them. We just walked about a mile and a half, and it says we've done about half a mile on there, so don't trust it, trust your watch or your map. There you go, mate. Oh, enjoy. So we just walked for 10 minutes or so, and now this one's saying 9 1/4. Who knows? Who knows? So 11 miles, 0.2 in, and this is the first campsite on the West Highland Way, Drymen camping. So if you were breaking it up, staying here would be nice, but it is closed for the season. So open during the summer season, which is mostly sort of March through till October. But we're only going to do a couple more miles today. So feeling good, moving fast. I think Dad's lost the plot. Are you okay?
Which way are we going?
So we're just coming into Drymen at the 13 mile mark, and we're actually going to stay here tonight because we panic booked a place last night when we were watching the news and seeing all the weather warnings. We thought we'd end camping it, so we booked a pub, the cheapest one we could find in Drymen, just in case, but then today I realised I can't cancel it. So we're going to stay here, and then tomorrow we're going to have to do a bigger day, but it means that we can relax for the rest of the afternoon. You happy about that?
Yep, happy days.
Drymen's a handy little stop. You've got a spa, you've got some bakeries, a pub, and we are staying in the Clachan. Established in 1734. How old were you then?
About the same age.
So this is our little room for the night. Little twin. Cost about 35 quid each or something, which isn't too bad. And it's a nice little pub, so we'll go and get some food, have a pretty chilled afternoon, and then we're going to get up really early tomorrow and get maybe we'll do about 35 miles tomorrow, 40 miles. He's not listening. We'll do about 20 miles. The total for today, we've done 13 miles and it took us about 5 hours 20. It's just after 2 in the afternoon, so we've got a bit of time to relax. So we've just showered up and we're going to head to the pub for a bit of food. It's quite a nice little place actually. It's quite an easy start to the hike really, 13 miles, a bed for the night and a pub meal. But I bet it's going to get hard after this. Well, that was very nice. If you get a chance, definitely stop by there. So tomorrow night we're going to be camping up somewhere along Loch Lomond, so going to get a good night's sleep today. Try and get 20 odd miles in the morning, so see you in the morning. Good morning, it's day 2 on the West Highland Way. We've just set off, it's 6:30. It's pretty dark. I've just seen a shooting star as well. There are a lot of stars out. I'm not sure if you'll see them on the camera, but we've got to get some miles in today, so we've set off early. We've got about 7 miles to Balmaha, and then we'll be starting the leg along Loch Lomond, so we might crack on whilst it's dark and we'll see when the light comes out. How are you feeling this morning, Dad?
Good, strong.
Strong. You just see the light of your head torch. Loch Lomond down there, and our route's heading up along, that's Conic Hill, and then we're going to be dropping down to Balmaha. The sun's just coming up over there, the sky's looking really orange, so hopefully get a nice sunrise. Coming up Conic Hill it's quite a climb. It's the first time you really get a feel for the weight on your back, but lovely scenery, snow-capped mountains over there, and we're just steadily making our way up, and then we'll get a view over Loch Lomond in a minute. Whew. Just stopped for a quick coffee. Look at that. So we're entering the camping management zone. You can't wild camp along Loch Lomond from March to September, so we're alright this time of year, but remember that during the summer you're not allowed. We're just coming down into Balmaha. There's a oak tree pub there and then a little village shop, so might take advantage and get another coffee. Morning.
Morning.
Sausage roll. If you forgot anything, you've got all your supplies here. This place is our last chance to really get anything until we get to Tyndrum, about 30 miles away, so we get a few snacks, but we've got most of the stuff we need. What are you getting?
I've gone for the black pudding sausage roll and an apple for a bit of rubbish.
Alright, wait a minute, what time is it?
A little coffee shop as well. Good little stop this.
Yes.
Oat crumbles or shortbread or one of each.
One of each. We get a boat.
Hello.
Hello.
Been so lucky with the weather so far, walking along the banks of Loch Lomond. The sun's out, probably about 3 or 4 degrees, but it's pretty calm, so it feels quite warm, and I think we'll have another couple of days of this actually. There is a lot of snow further up, so I reckon the second half of the West Highland Way will be more in the snow, which I'm looking forward to, and carried all this proper winter gear, so hopefully we actually get to use it properly. But when I set up camp tonight, we're going to camp somewhere alongside the loch, and when we set up I'll chat you through what I've brought with me. But yeah, so far we're just getting some miles in. Done about 10 miles so far today, and it's only 11 o'clock, so doing well. Got a little bag of snacks for each day. Jerky, this cheese stuff's amazing. Some squares, bars. What you got? Coffee?
And an apple.
Apple, baby bells. That's the summit of Ben Lomond there, covered in snow. 15 miles in, we've just come past Rowerdennan Hostel, and we've come across I've seen this before, it's the poshest honesty box you've ever seen. Look at that. Oh, what's in there? There's all sorts in here. Yeah, flapjacks. Wow. Cash in there. Or you could even scan and pay on PayPal. Pretty handy. There's a defib there. Luckily we don't need that just yet. Nice little spot this. So we want to try and hit about 20 miles, and we've just noticed there is a bothy. I think it's called Rauclouche or Rauclouche Bothy, which is at the 20 mile mark. We've only got about an hour and a bit of daylight left, so we're going to see if we can get there. If not, we're going to camp somewhere on the way. But there's two routes coming up. There's the lower route, which is along the bottom of the loch, and it's a lot more treacherous than the higher forest road. So I think just to get the miles in, we might go for the higher one. Tell you what, the wind has picked up this end of the loch, and it's a lot cooler. Actually pretty chilly. So it might be nice to get in the bothy for a night. So at this point, you've got a choice. Lower, bit more treacherous route, higher road, and both end up at the same place. For drinking water on this walk so far, every few hundred metres there's a mountain stream. This time of year there's lots of water, and between them and the Scottish tap water refills, you don't actually need to carry that much. Probably I've been carrying 2 litres, but I think I could have got away with carrying 1. In summer they might not be as often, but winter water everywhere. I've got a little Catadin B3 filter which I'll show you in a bit, but you can pretty much fill it up there, drink straight through it, and it's dead light and folds up, so something like that would be perfect. So this path is easier to walk on, but it's just been uphill so far. So we've climbed about 200 metres on it. Hopefully it flattens off a bit now, but we've got about 40 minutes of daylight left, and probably a couple of miles to go, so not too long. So this is a little Catadin B3 filter, and we're gonna get down to here, take some water down to the bothy. There we go. So the faster the flow on the water, the better really, and the higher up, the better too. But I'm going to filter this. I'm only going to use it for cooking anyway. I've still got some drinking water left. There it is. Hello. Oh, it's dark. Well, it looks nice though.
Alright, isn't it?
We've got a picnic bench. Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
Let me show you around the bothy. This is the bedroom, the dining area, caveman, the bothy man, little work surface. It's quite big actually. And then a little fire going down here. So we'll see if we can get that going in a bit. It's actually a great little setup. Hopefully we'll get it to ourselves. I would imagine it's a Sunday night, winter. I wouldn't think anyone else would come. But... battery died on me little.
Oh, got it?
Must have been on in my bag or something.
Oh, yeah. Don't mind.
Yeah, please. There we go. So the sleeping pad I'm using is the Cedar Summit Etherlite XT Extreme, which means it's the winter one. It's rated down to a 6.2 R value. So the higher the R value, the warmer it's going to be. And the sleeping bag is a big Agnes. It's called a Torchlight UL 20 Fahrenheit, which means should be comfortable down to about -6. Hopefully it doesn't get that cold. And Dad is using a Climate insulated Static V Lux SL, which is super large, and it's rated to, I think it's a 7 R value, so that's actually slightly warmer. Coupled with that, takes it to about an 8. And then an army winter sleeping bag, so he's going to be toasty. And in my bag, I've got my big down jacket, which I'm only going to wear at night. I'm not going to be wearing it in the day. It's just to keep me warm at night, or if there's a bit of an emergency. A little tip in winter, my electrics are in an insulated pouch. This isn't insulated. This is waterproof, that's insulated. And my battery packs and stuff will last longer. They're not feeling the cold so much. Some cheesy mash, and then one of these fire pot deals, I think. Chili con carne, maybe a cheesy mash as a starter. Boil water, pour it in, quick stir. Hopefully it will turn into cheesy mashed potato. Ooh. Oh, look at that. There we go. Cheesy mash, chili con carne, Loch Lomond whiskey, coffee. What you got?
This is the beef stew in broth, and vegetable broth.
Oh, very nice.
Hot chocolate. Oh, delicious.
So we finished the day off with 33 miles in total. So that was exactly 20 miles today. I've been checking the forecast, and out of nowhere the temperature's supposed to be dropping pretty cold tonight, but from tomorrow down to -7 at night. So tonight I'm just making myself a little hot water bottle, and then tomorrow my kit's probably good for about -5, -6, so tomorrow might be a chilly one. Bit of hot water with a little bit of cold already in there, and that will make a nice hot water bottle. Last time I did it, it lasted for hours as well.
It's cold, Paul. What is it, -9?
Not quite, yeah. Oh, there we go, get that in there. Warm that up.